So guys, today we wanted to share with you our experience grinding for Ultimate Luna in the new sector. And if you already grind the full nail, it's basically the same process, but they added two different loot boxes for it. Instead of the regular blueprint loot, you have the blueprint loot A, if I'm not mistaken, and the arcade loot B, I think. I don't know, I have different letters where Luna is, Luna, and the doggy, the new doggy, is as well in one of them. I would say it didn't really take us that long. We got Ultimate Luna basically in 2 days. I got 3 parts of the character, one every hour or so, but then I got stuck in the last one. I couldn't get it. And you will say, oh, but there is a selective box. You're right, but that one comes in the day 4, and we were pretty much done grinding for her in the second day. So Mr. here, he was actually behind. He only had one material, if I'm not mistaken. What's the code?
I got the code like 3 times
Yeah.
in a row.
Yeah, you got the code like 3 times. We thought you were going to get stuck with this character. And I think it was the hand cells, I had the catalyst, and I had the code. And like you, I think I had the catalyst like 4 or 5 times. I keep having that same material drop for me. But then what happened to you, mister?
We were doing, because everybody said that, oh, if you track too many boxes in Axiom, you get less percentage. You're right. And it's significant. They take away like 66%. It's like 1.9, I think. If you track 2 boxes, and it's like, is it 3.7? I think it's 3.7 if you're only tracking 1. So I was tracking her spoils box with just Luna, and then we were running the Jaws missions, and you were like, it was going okay for you within a couple hours. I thought you were going to get her, and I got a code like randomly for her, but my box didn't go away. So I was thinking, okay, when I get my box, maybe I get something different. No, I got the code. So I tracked it again, and it went all the way up to 100%, and I got another code. So I said, this is stupid. I don't care. I'm going to play this a million times anyways. I'm just going to track both of them. So I tracked both boxes, and it went up slower, but we had been playing for like 2 days at that point already, and you were still on 3. And as soon as I did that, the mission changed and we went to a different one. And within, I swear it was in less than an hour. It was probably 30 minutes maybe. 30 minutes, I got all 4 parts. And you'll say, well, you already had the code. I know, but I got another one. I got another code. So I got all 4 of her parts to craft her in like 30 minutes. It was insane. And then you didn't get it. And then you went back and played a little bit more without me. And
An extra hour. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it finally dropped for you. So it still wasn't bad, but I thought it was going to be horrible because of the way it was going for me. But then it just boom, 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 right away. All of them right away.
Yeah, Ultimate Descendants in general are harder to get than regular Descendants. Always been like that, even with Amorphous pattern. I feel like it took us less time to get Ultimate Luna than it took us to get Nell. Like now, I think I got one of her parts on the 4th day. We didn't even get to the 4th day. So overall, for being an Ultimate Descendant, I would say it wasn't that bad.
I think it wouldn't have been bad. It wasn't. It really wasn't that bad. It was like 2.5 days, basically. Not like full days, just like hours here and there. But I don't think it would have seemed that bad if we weren't trying to do it when it was still relevant. I mean, if we just kind of took our time with it, you know, by then episode 2 would be out, or 3. I don't know. They're doing it in a really stupid way. It's like part 1, episode 2, but it's like still episode 1, whatever. I don't think it would have been a big deal, but we were trying to, you know, get her. It still takes a long time to craft her. I'm not going to pay money to speed it up. I have patience and I don't care, but I don't think it would have been that bad, and it really wasn't in general anyways. It started out like it could be bad for me, and then ended really good, and then it started out really good for you and ended medium. I still wouldn't say it was bad, but yeah, I've never gotten Descendant like that, where I went hours without getting it, and then just instantly, like almost back to back, got all.
Yeah. So now, guys, we have Luna, so we are gonna go and test her. Alright guys, we are going to be using Luna for this video, but we are going to be using a different build, not the one we are actually working on. We wanted to give it a try to the Battlefield Artist Transcendant, because we think that is not Transcendant we are going to be using. We are working on the other one, the Concert one. But for today's video, we wanted to test this one out because it's basically transform all your skills so you can use your weapons and the cores. That's the thing that people have been complaining about Luna. overall?
I think, I'm going to say it right away, I think Luna is actually pretty darn good, but I don't think she's very good with this Transcendent card. There's going to be somebody that disagrees with me. I don't care. I don't think she's very good. I don't think this is very fun. I think that this Battlefield Artist is the Transcendent card we're using. I personally think that this would be good, or maybe better, like against a boss. It might even be better in like Void Erosion Purge, but just for mobbing stuff that we're doing right now, I don't think it's that good. I just don't think it's great. She has 4 skills like everyone, but her 1, 2, and 3 skills are just, you have to play the minigame, so you need to be shooting your weapon while playing the minigame at the same time. People wanted it, but I feel like it's really awkward to do. No, I wouldn't say it's hard, it's just awkward. Now, the thing about the 1, 2, and their first, second, and third skill is that those are like buffs. Each one's different. Like you have a crit one, for example.
Yeah.
So you're playing the mini game and you're buffing yourself, you're buffing yourself or debuffing the enemies, whatever. But you have to know exactly which one you want. Like if your gun does a ton of crits, you probably don't really care about the crit one. So you'd have to remember, okay, so I need my, whatever skill isn't that one. So I need to be hitting my 2 or my 3 or my 1 and my 2, whatever it is. I don't even know because I haven't really tested this that much.
Yeah.
I find that kind of annoying. I find it kind of annoying that you have to shoot and play the minigame at the same time because you want to always be ready to go to your Z, because when you hit your 4th skill, you don't have to reload and you overload your weapon so you have more ammo in it. And the other thing I find annoying is that when you hit your 4th skill, there's like 5, 6, 7 seconds there where you're just taking damage. You can't do anything.
You're just dancing. Yeah.
I don't like that. And that's why I think mobbing isn't that great like this.
Yeah, another thing I have to add to this build, we are basically using a budget version of this build, so yeah, probably you can do more damage and everything. If I'm not mistaken, number 1 skill is all about param attack damage. The second one I think is related to the skill, crit damage, and rate. And the third one I think is weak point damage. And when you press your 4th skill, you're basically feels like you're activating all those buffs or debuffs to the enemy, like Mr. was saying. And you will notice that we actually built for shields, because the 4th skill says that it seems like you have a damage multiplier based on your shields. That's what we are building for shields. Kind of like Serena have a damage multiplier based on her health. That's why you build a lot of health into her. I think that's a similar concept, but with shields. With this build specifically, I think that is that annoying, where you have to not just shoot your weapon, but you have to be paying attention to your minigame, the paths you're applying, not taking too much damage, have good aim. I don't know. That's what I really like about the original Luna. And this is what I don't like about this specific build. I don't really care about using weapons with Luna, so for me, this Battlefield Artist is a pass.
I think the thing is practicality. I think that it, and I already said it, but maybe in a boss fight, and probably, I think it'd be better in Void Erosion Purge, honestly. It feels to me like it's not the most practical build for her to mob stuff, but who cares, because her other one is incredible for that. So I guess I don't really have a problem with it being like this. And I think if you played Luna a lot and you knew, you understand what your 1, 2, and 3 skills do, your 1st, 2nd, 3rd skills do, I think it would be a lot easier. But you really have to know your build. If, like I already said it, but if you're doing crits already, you probably don't care about the crit skill, the crit buff, I mean.
Yeah, and another thing that we didn't mention, in the bottom, the bar that we are filling with the different stacks of the skills, the debuff or the buff to yourself, it seems like the first stack is always the best one. So the first skill you press, that's going to be the highest stack that you get.
Yeah, I think it becomes less effective the more you
exactly.
do it.
That's what it seems like.
So you can't just spam your 1st skill or your 3rd skill, because it's just less and less and less.
I think one of the best things about this build is that when you press your C, you basically reload and you give yourself more ammo.
You pretty much should just be shooting the whole time.
Yeah.
The problem is it doesn't feel like it. Like, it's not like Serena, where Serena can always be shooting like Glay almost because of her V or her 3rd skill or whatever she reloads. Yeah. This one, yeah, she does it and she overloads, but there's that 5, 6 seconds where you just aren't doing nothing.
I think
that's the thing I dislike about it the most.
Yeah, I think this card is there for people who care about using the ultimate weapon and the core benefits from them. with these specific characters, but if I'm going to be a gun character, I will just use Clay.
I know for a fact, and that's what we're going to do, I know for a fact that her other transcendent card is stupid fun.
Yeah, the other transcendent we're already
I think it's
testing
really
it.
good too, but it's
We are
stupid
really,
fun.
yeah. We are doing a build, we haven't finished it yet with the other transcendent card. That will be the next video we do for Luna. And so far, even from the beginning, even when she was level 1, it felt so good for Moby. It was so fun and so strong. So guys, to wrap up this video, we kinda wanted to be sure that we were able to communicate how we felt about this specific build, not about Luna, but about this specific build with Battlefield Artists, because since you have to do more with her, you have to do the minigame, you have to shoot at the same time, then you have to press your first skill. I feel that multitasking at the same time you're trying not to die and be able to have good aim, sometimes it's a bit hard for me. So what I wanted to say is that I think Ultimate Luna can be really fun, but not with this Transcendant. I think she can be more fun with the other one we are working on, Battlefield Concert. This Transcendant works good enough for what it is. I just hate that you can just shoot your weapons or have your skills. You still have to kind of do the minigame at the same time. And that was the main reason I didn't like using regular Luna to begin with.
I mean, Ultimate Luna's like, she's Luna. I mean, if you play Luna, you understand Ultimate Luna. She's a little bit better. She has 2 extra catalysts. I mean, she looks different. Her skin's different, whatever. But it's the Transcendent that really makes Luna a lot different or better. Like you said, Battlefield Concert, we're working on a build for that, and I feel like she's really good in that way, especially for mobbing stuff. But then Battlefield Artist, I think in certain situations could be really good, but I still feel like that's the bad version of it. I feel like there's a good version and a bad version, and I feel like Artist is just the bad version. We didn't have it built great. We didn't test it on the Purge. We didn't test it on Colossus, so it could probably be way better there. I feel like individually it would be better than trying to do what we were doing. But even if it's good in the Purge, or even if it was good on a Colossus, just having to aim at a weak point, so you're getting the weak point if you're buffing for that, knowing what your weapon does. I mean, I know what my weapon does, but knowing not to accidentally hit the critical buff or whatever if you don't think you need it, and just knowing which buff you want, and knowing that they don't decay, but they become less effective, and then always trying to plan out your force skill while you're still shooting constantly so that you just get the overload on the ammo and not taking a bunch of damage for 5-6 seconds while she's doing her animation, and then shooting again while starting the process over again so you can be shooting all the time. I find it annoying. I find it just not practical. So, in my opinion, the way we were using Luna, not as good. I'd say for me the bad version, but then she also has a very good version too, the other one, which we're working on right now.
I guess if people were really looking for be able to use your weapons with your cores with Luna, this version gives you that chance. But for me, that I'm used to playing lazy and I like using skills over weapons, I prefer the other Transcendant, even with the minigame. So we will be showing you that build in the next video with Luna. But let us know down in the comment how you feel about this new character. Well, she's not new, the new ultimate version of her. And thank you so much for watching.